5:38 here on this Tuesday morning. The fog is coming to life this morning.
It really is. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
You can hardly see into these sky cams.
Wow.
Yeah, so the Macon sky cam got exponentially worse. Now the Dublin sky cam keeps getting worse. And you know what? New Year's Eve, that was the worst
It was
fog
bad.
That was
I have
bad.
ever driven in. I was driving over the interchange over the Ocmulgee River, and I couldn't see that big green sign that's overhead until I was under it. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
that
That's
thick.
why I just went to church and called it a day.
There it is.
No,
There you
Lord.
go.
There you go. All right, but as we head into the night tonight, we do need to be weather aware because we do have the threat of severe storms. Even though it doesn't look like it outside right now, it will look like it later in the day. Although the writing is kind of on the wall because whenever you get this kind of setup, you get a wind out of the south, you get more moisture, and it's 70 degrees in January. Typically, you got to pay for it somewhere down the line. Strong storms this evening. We got a second round tomorrow morning before we finally clear out on Thursday. 54 in Macon right now, 54 in Warner Robins, 55 in Cochrane, 63 in Unadilla, 59 in Sandersville. When we look at the visibility map, that's down to 0 in Milledgeville, Gordon, Dublin, where we were just looking live, technically a half mile in Macon. And we were looking at that sky cam a second ago, and I can't see a half mile from there, and down to a 1/10 of a mile in Warner Robins. We are quiet here. You go back off to the west, and not so much. The tornado watch in effect this morning from Kentucky down through Tennessee, Mississippi, on into Louisiana and Texas. This is a big cold front that is coming towards central Georgia, providing a severe weather risk and a flood risk as we head into the night tonight. So let's map out the details on Future View. This is as things stand now, or where things stand now, into the evening tonight. The front edge of the rain arriving in central Georgia right around dinner time, 6, 7 o'clock tonight. A few of these storms could be on the stronger side, but that's only wave 1. Here we go into the overnight hours. This is 1 p.m. Still looking at storms across the northern tier counties. So from the Forsyth area into Jones County over towards, say, the Sandersville and Sparta area. And then once we get into tomorrow morning, here we are at 7 a.m. This is going to be our second wave of storms rolling their way through, beginning in Jasper, Monroe over towards Crawford County, and then sliding through central Georgia during the morning hours. 9 a.m. here, Macon, Warner Robins getting in on the action, and then all the storms moving out of central Georgia by the time we get to the afternoon. Now, as these come through, they are going to provide a severe weather threat in the form of damaging winds and maybe the potential for a brief spin-up tornado as we head into the overnight hours. A level 3 severe weather day in Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. The reason why it's level 3 out there is because the tornado threat today is actually what's considered significant or enhanced. Anytime you get these black dashed lines, that's indicating the possibility of tornadoes potentially EF2 or stronger. That is out there. That is not a concern for us. By the time we get into tomorrow, we're talking about a level 2 risk for much of central Georgia for the threat of a brief spin-up tornado. Again, not as strong as Alabama, Mississippi today, but then also the threat of damaging winds over 60 miles per hour. And then the heavy rain threat as well. That could be a problem. Picking up maybe, wow, actually this is a new model run here. That's actually kind of crazy. 7 inches in Thomaston, maybe not that much, but 2, 3, 4, 5 inches will be possible, especially the further north you are. And because of that, the National Weather Service has issued a flood watch. This is going to be Jones, Bibb, Peach, and Taylor County areas to the north and to the west, and that's going to run through tomorrow evening. Now, this is a cold front after all, so on the flip side of it, morning's going to be much colder. We're talking about 50s this morning. When we're talking on Friday morning, talking probably 38 or so, and then Saturday morning even colder. As for today, temperatures rising through the afternoon hours, eventually to a high temperature of 73. Cloudy early through the day today, and then strong storms on the way later tonight. Then for tomorrow, it's not every day you see this on the 7-day, 100% chance of rain. That's going to come your way during the morning hours, clearing out for the afternoon before we begin to cool down into the weekend.